What's going on, guys? It's Deathmonk here. Today we're going to be talking about the actual They're Coming theme for Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 7. Now, I'm just going to go back a few steps from when this all first started and when we all started to know what was actually going on. So basically, as of, I would say last week, if not the week before, or late last week, the week before, so basically what we've got is some various different challenges that we have to complete live in game. Now these were part of the setup for Chapter 2 Season 7 of Fortnite. So basically, for those who didn't know, basically we had to find some radios that were scrambled across the map. I believe we have to find some TVs, which will probably be part of next week's challenges. We'll have to wait and see. We also got like loading screens suggesting that UFOs will be coming to Fortnite. So I'm just going to go quickly a little bit more in detail of what we've managed to find out so far. So basically it all started, I think lots of people noticed about this image showing aliens and humans holding hands around the outer rim of the Earth there. So that was really interesting. And this is how we're setting up for Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 7. We'd also noticed there's this alien type fish stick skin appearing on a gold TV set, which is rather interesting there. We also learned about this mystery skin, and behind him in the background, as you guys can see, we can see a human directly underneath a UFO. We also learned there's another image of a human being abducted into the UFO's skylight, for lack of a better term. We also learned about the abducted in-game files that was showing in the animation folder there. That was really interesting. We also learned about the alien abduction UFOs, how they're going to be working within Chapter 2 Season 7. As you guys can see, when they abduct you, they restore your health to shield to 100. They have a max capacity of 20 players. They can mass abduct a squad or enemies at any random time. They can select abductees before abducting them, and they appear from the first zone. And these gradually increase after every zone. So I think it went from like 20%, 40%, 80%, 100%, something like that. So that was really interesting. I think we learned about a new LTM, which is currently live in game as we speak at the moment. Even more info about the ongoing UFOs. Takes 3 seconds to select one abductees, takes 2 seconds to abduct altogether. Only one spawns when they increase to 5. They appear every 15 seconds after every storm, and their chance of spawning in zones are to 10%, 20%, 40%, 80%, 100%. So that was really interesting. Then certain content creators who inspire Fortnite or get us lot of people to play Fortnite received these rather interesting postcards. So basically the first set of postcards, from what we understand, basically consisted of different images. I'll just show you one of these on screen. So as you guys can see, we've got like the words "They're Coming," which is obviously the subject for Chapter 2 Season 7. You can see we've got an image of a globe here, like different glyphs with the letters of what they correspond to. We haven't just quite discovered what each one of these mean at this present moment in time. You can see various numbers listed down the side, which I'll come on to in a bit. There's also different glyphs which appear in these video clips, which I'll again explain a little bit later on in this video. I believe there was a second image, yes. And this side, as you guys can see, there's another glyph there, which obviously transpires to a letter D, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's a letter D. But various other glyphs, you can see various other rather interesting images, like a question mark on its side there. Really interesting. So then we got onto these different pieces of posters, which is rather interesting. And just before I go on to these posters, guys, about the postcards I was mentioning about, no one knew what these were, but they managed to work out it was somewhat related to an ARG, which is an alternate reality game. Now, it's basically like, for those who don't know, it's like an in real life version of the game that you want to play. So I think, if you think about Pokemon Go is not what's called an augmented reality game. So it's like you're playing a game as if you were playing it in real life, if that makes sense. Alternate reality is like along the same wavelength, but the Easter egg that you're trying to solve is actually happening in real life. So these were sent to content creators from a source called I Am 8-Bit on Twitter, who was one of the main content creators who appeared at the first Fortnite program back in Chapter 1. So I'm just going to go quickly onto these posters. Now 4 of these total posters were found in the USA, UK, Australia and Germany. And each of these have a different phone number that are updated daily. And these the audio clips that come along with them, which, like again, I'll explain in a bit, have different, basically the same audio presented to them, but the sounds of the pictures, which I'll explain in a bit, have different images which explain different things. So as you guys can see, we've got like different images showing they're coming. As you guys can see on each image has a glyph. We still don't know what these numbers at the bottom, 353,000, 267,000, we don't know what any of that mean at the moment, but that's really interesting. The numbers down the side are actually American telephone numbers, believe it or not, so that's really interesting. As you can see, we've got a couple more here. I'm still trying to decipher what these glyphs mean at this present moment in time. Still under investigation as far as we know, so that's really interesting as well. Some of these may have been red herrings, which basically means it's trying to set you up to go down an alternative path which actually has no result or no outcome or no conclusion. So that's really interesting there. I believe we've got different other things as well. So I'm just going to quickly go down the audio clip route now. Basically, for those who didn't know, basically as I've mentioned, there was telephone numbers listed down the side of different posters that were given to us. So basically, for those who don't know, there was 4 from what we understand that were given to us. The one that you guys saw from that obviously refers to the USA, being an American telephone number, and this specifically was given to us for a specific location within America, and this specific one was from Roswell, New Mexico. Now this location, back in 1947, apparently had a alleged UFO sighting. So supposedly someone's seen a UFO happen in Roswell, New Mexico in 1947. So that's really interesting, guys. Apparently rumour has it there's been one for the UK in Salisbury, England. Another one has apparently been sighted at Brisbane in Queensland in Australia, and apparently another one's been sighted at Germany, but from an undisclosed location. Now these telephone numbers, even though it's the same number every day, the audio changes every day. So basically, I think this started from what we understand from the 24th of May, I think, if memory serves, and basically what you would hear is weird audio mixed in with short voices, which resulted in images showing on what's called a spectrogram. Now these audio clips were 30 seconds long, and basically this showed various different images which we managed to work out actually relate to Fortnite. So I'm just going to show you one of those clips now, guys. So if you just give me 1 second. Do we have any audio clip? Unfortunately, I just realised I don't have any audio clips for this. So basically what I'm going to show you is the actual spectrograms that we got as a result of them. So the first one that we managed to get was this one right here. As you guys can see, got what appears to be a circular, or semicircular, what appears to be maybe like the sun or the moon, from what we understand. So that's really interesting there. We don't exactly know what this specific object is. The second one we managed to find is like an upside down chevron, or pentagon, however you want to interpret that. So that was really interesting. Another one we got is what appears to be like a Roman numeral for number 2, but later we actually managed to find out it's Gemini, or like the star sign for Gemini. So that's really interesting. Another image that we managed to find out was this image right here. So as you guys can see, there's different phases of the moon. So if you look very carefully, I'll just see if I can zoom in here. So as you got like new moon, maybe like a crescent moon, half moon, full moon, half moon, then crescent moon again. So that's really interesting there. Let's see how that's going to work out. Then, over the last 24-48 hours or so, we actually managed to see kangaroos. So kangaroos in Fortnite, potentially some sort of animal that we get to play with in Fortnite. I'd love to see how that's going to work. Hopefully we can ride on them, but we'll have to wait and see. I think that's related to Australia. Obviously, kangaroos are native to Australia. I think... yeah, kangaroos are native to Australia. I think this next one was from Germany, from what we understand. And this, as you guys can see, is just obviously a globe, which is again rather interesting there. I think we got one more, or two more. This one, I think, is another one from Australia, if memory serves. And as you guys can see, that's the Joshua tree, otherwise known as a cactus. Now, again, cactuses is again found in deserts or in Australia, so we can assume that that was from there. I think we've got one more which has happened in the last 24 hours or so, which is a barn and Peely running away from UFOs. Now, I believe we got an audio segmentation from this, so hopefully I hope don't damage anyone's ears from doing this, but I'm just going to show you a quick audio clip of what we found out.
Watch the skies. They have found us.
Okay, so that was rather interesting. I want to know what your thoughts are of that. Again, let me know in the comments. So that was basically, as you guys have seen, Peely running away from UFOs from a barn. So that's what we managed to find out from that. I just want to quickly touch on the DVD player video clips that we managed to get. Now, again, I want to give a big massive shout to I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 different content creators on YouTube and on Twitch as well. We've had Aussie Antics and Loserfruit and Muselk from Australia, In the Littlewood and Ali A from the UK, and CypherPK and Elixir from the United States. Now, each of these different YouTubers and content creators actually managed to get 3 different videos from what we found so far for their respective regions. So CypherPK and Elixir will have got one for the USA, In the Littlewood and Ali A would have got one for the UK, and Aussie Antics, Loserfruit and Muselk got one for Australia. So I'm just going to show you these different videos, guys, and I want to know what your thoughts are. I think the Australian one shows an image that has different interesting layout on a ground. I've also got the USA had one in a desert with different metallic pieces on the ground, and in the one in Allier, which I'll show you in a moment, had different, basically had a large circular emblem on the ground with all 6 different symbols on it. Now, these 6 different emblems could mean, which the 6 cards that we supposedly managed to get could mean 6 different glyphs, but only 3 are known to us so far, so that's really interesting. So without further ado, guys, I'm just going to show you these 3 different clips.
cool! I'm so hyped, dude. I'm so hyped!
So that was rather interesting, guys. I want to know what your thoughts are of them. Do let me know in the comments box down below. Now, from what we understand so far, these specific YouTubers and content creators all received a DVD player with DVD, with the words "They're Coming" written on it, which is rather interesting. Which obviously gives us a hint towards Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 7 being related to aliens. Now, basically I think we managed to find out one interesting emblem, and that came from Blix's footage, as you guys saw, and this obviously related to one of the banners located at the spire. Now this, we still don't know exactly what these could mean, but we can obviously work out that this logo has something to do with the spire or the 0 point. Now we can assume the ball in the middle here could be the 0 point, but we'll have to wait and see on that. That's the information that we have so far. So as aforementioned, Aussie Antics, Loserfruit, Musa from Australia, In the Little Wooden Alley from the UK, and Cypher PK and Elixir from the US all had different videos for their respective country that they originated from. Now we don't know the precise location of each specific video location, but once we do, I'll be sure to let you guys know more close to the time. The last time we had previous ARGs or alternate reality games or something along those lines. The last time we had this, if I'm not mistaken, was the giant burger that we managed to find in the desert in California. And we also managed to find llamas found in the USA and London, which inspired a previous season back in Chapter 1. So, if I manage to find any of that, I'll see if I can quickly find some footage of when we managed to find that the burger from Chapter 1. Just try and work. That's probably a while ago. Just trying to see if I'm pretty sure I got some footage of it somewhere. Just trying to remember what's relevant in my folders and what's not. Hopefully I've still got the footage here, but
now it's not clear what extension is required to.
But it could potentially, this, from what I understand so far, we could potentially see a desert biome returning to Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 7. I would like to see a live event happen, but I don't think it's going to happen at this present moment in time, but we'll have to wait. Again, we have to wait and see on that. I could have sworn I had some footage of it somewhere.
I'll leave you with a video without me talking on the top of it, but I'll actually show you the video again at the end of this video, so make sure you guys stay tuned to watch that without me.
I wonder if I had it and got rid of it. Oh well, never mind. Basically, for those who don't know, we had all sorts of different bits and pieces from the giant burger, which was an alleged anomaly that was found in Chapter 1, which rifted its way from the Fortnite map into the Californian desert. I think we also had like a taxi and a police car and various other bits and pieces that nobody knew what they were. We had those agents that were investigating those anomalies at the time, and they were trying to build up the Fortnite storyline, if you remember. Eventually we did manage to find llamas that were found in like telephone boxes in the UK. We also had llamas that I think were strewn about various other places in the world. I think Australia and USA might have been a few more. So that was really interesting, guys. I think that's all we managed to get so far from this rather interesting event. I just want to touch on quickly on the Peely UFO audio file I mentioned about earlier. This was also found as a poster that should have been somewhere in the map right now, basically confirming what Hypex said earlier about UFOs appearing at the end of the season. So as you guys can see, Peely with 3 different UFOs trying to take away or abduct tips. So that's really, again, really interesting, guys. I want to know what your thoughts are. Please do let me know in the comments box down below. Hope everyone's found this video rather interesting. If you have, smash the thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, please smash the subscribe button. Don't forget the notification bell so I'm saying more videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, peace out.